Janet, try it like it, create it. And today I'm going to be working on a tag using some printable Japanese patterns that I will offer the page for free as a download on my website. So I have this cardstock sitting here for the base, and then I'm just going to kind of try to figure out what kind of collage. Let's see if I got a little bitty one here. I haven't used this pattern yet. So something, that's not looking bad. Let's see, the tag is, I think the top is up here somewhere. Let's see what that looks like. This is the bottom. Might need to bring everything down a bit. Let's see if we bring these down. Something like that. And then I have some copper tape that might look nice on there. Okay, so let's start with putting the papers in place. And so this is the smallest one. So I'm going to guide off of it. And I'm just going to put it down. I'm using Zig two-way glue. It goes on kind of a blue color. And then it dries. I think clear. Okay, so that's that one. We wanted this down here, this up here. So, okay. And I'm working on this mat I got at the dollar store, and the glue just lifts right off of it. If I put tape on it, it lifts right off of it. So this is kind of a nice work surface, and I'm just trying to square things up here. All right, and then we know in this area here, I want this green. It needs to match up there. All right, now before I move on, I'm going to go ahead and cut down what I have for the edges so we can get kind of a sense of what it looks like and what needs to be done next. And okay. I just couldn't get a sense of what it was going to look like with all the extra edges on there. So, okay. There we are. All right, now, do we need... of like it there. And the reason I liked it down here, but then it was putting a really strong line down the center of our piece. And so I think this right here is going to be a better choice for it. There. All right. Now, do we need anything else anywhere? I don't think we do. Kind of like the idea of this lining up with the design here, but I also want to cut it off right about there, so it lines up with what's going on above. Let's see. The glue that I'm using makes it a little bit wet, which means I can move it around, but it also makes it a little bit difficult to cut it because it does want to move. So let's see, does that make sense? Might have to mark it here and cut that off. And since it's wet glue, I can manipulate it while it's still wet. That might have just messed up my little design here. I might need to go in and fix that. Easy enough. Let's put a piece of copper tape right there. And then I think we'll put one here. there. I mean, this is making a pretty strong line. I hope this breaks it up a little bit. But yeah, I like what we have so far. I don't know. Do I need a little piece? Well, if I put it there, I need it to definitely have a squared off end. All right. There. I really like it. It's almost like a little piece of artwork, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know that I even want to poke a hole in it. I think I want to leave it like this and let it sit for a little bit. This one isn't quite straight, so I think I'm going to peel that off and then bring in another piece. Goodness. All right, so I'm going to call that quits. I could put a sentiment on here. I could punch a hole. I really like the way it's looking right now. And this would make a great little card insert for your journaling, or even, how about a card front? I originally started it as a tag, but I'm kind of liking the idea that it has turned slightly into something else. And I think what I might do here is go ahead and put a piece on the back. The nice thing about these patterns is that they are somewhat geometric, so that you can tell where to cut without worrying too much about its placement. So I like the look of this on the back. I think I want to color in the sides, and I don't know, do I want to do it with the tape? Yeah, let's do the tape around the edges, and hopefully, goodness, I have a hair there. Hopefully there is enough to make this work. I was thinking about putting, doing some ink, like ink or paint, or using that as the color on the back. But I'm hoping that this tape is just wide enough so that I can put this in the center. We'll find out here in a minute, won't we? Okay. So a little bit of white cardstock sticking up here, or maybe it's paper from the front. I'm not sure. I'll cut that off. And I'm working with just one printout. So yeah, if this doesn't fit, I can always print another one. Let's see, is this, oh my goodness. Could we plan that any better? I don't think so. I don't think we could. We didn't plan it at all. All right, looks a little crooked. But I still have to glue it, so let's put some glue on the back. All right, and I just print this out on copy paper. It is not any kind of special cardstock or thickness or anything. It's just white copy paper. So I'm finding I need to overlap a little at the bottom because it's going to overlap a little at the top. Extra piece of tape there. Okay. Goodness, there we are. All right. So that kind of finishes things off. This side, I'm going to trim off a little bit of white overhang here. There. All right, so there is what I'm calling the back side. You could journal on there. You could always add a white block on there if you wanted to. And then this is the front. And I think, you know what, I'm going to see if I can bring in my finger daubers. That's what I'm looking for here. I know I just recently used them, and yeah, they're just hiding under some baby wipes. I might get an avalanche here. My workspace. All right, cleaning up, put that on there. I'm going to take a finger dauber out in brown and just go over the front edge. And I'm just using the ink that's on this finger dauber. I mean, I could go in and, I don't know. Well, I made a mess right there, so I'm going to have to go in and do that in a couple other places so that it looks intentional. All right. Just give it a little bit of an aged look on this side. And then with the tape on the border on the other side, that's not going to work very well. All right, so there. All right, I'm going to call it quits. So we have a two-sided finished piece. And it looks like I have a little bit of white showing down here. I need to clean up. Maybe even trim off just a little bit at the bottom here. When I lay it down against something else, I see this white edge. I just want to trim a little. And then I'll go back in and cover that up. And I keep picking up my scrap paper. Okay, there. All right, so a little bit different than what we normally do for tags, in that we didn't really make a tag. I didn't poke a hole in it. Sorry about that jiggling. But there, I'll clean this off here and put it on a white background so you can kind of see how that turned out. Kind of aged. And then this is the back side. Thanks for watching.